and reorganize. Because Athena, this is actually pretty clean for Athena. She is an absolute tornado. And all of these toys, like the marble builders and the magnetiles and stuff, they just end up everywhere, and she doesn't really play with them. She just throws them around. So, because we're all sick of cleaning them up over and over again, and Freya's sick of her room constantly being a mess because they're all over the place, I have to figure out a better way of keeping them out of her hands. So some of these are going to end up in the closet, and then the stuff that is okay for Athena playing with, we'll leave out here. Not quite sure what I'm doing yet. We'll figure it out. For that, I think I am also just going to get some of the stuff ready for donations. We do have the holidays coming up and everything, so this is usually when I like to downsize their toys. That way they have more room. So I'm going to do that as well. Freya's at school, but I know what they play with and what they don't play with. I should find a box first. I actually don't think we have any boxes. Yeah, I don't think we have any boxes. I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll just put it in a bag. We just had recyclables picked up, so yeah.
You're keeping me on. Yeah, I'm strapped in, stuck in a song you can't turn off. Like a merry-go-round, my head is spinning. I see you rapping about. I'm sure as hell.
So I had much bigger plans for this room than what actually happened on this day. I'm sure you guys get it. Life gets crazy and chaotic, and sometimes you can only get so much done. So I really wanted to declutter all of this stuff, and Athena's naps and everything were like so thrown off and all over the place. She's usually like on a pretty good schedule, but over the past like 2 weeks, it's just been weird. Some days she's only taking one nap. Some days she's acting like she needs to lay down every 2 hours. So she's definitely going through like some sort of growth spurt or something that's changing up her schedules. And today was just one of those days. So I got it tidied up, and she was honestly at this point already ready for bed. So I was like, okay, well, at least it's clean. I'm going to lay her down for bed. I wanted to do a really good deep clean in our bedroom because I haven't done that in a while. So I just kind of pivoted and moved into our room while she took her first nap of the day. I know it can be so overwhelming keeping a clean house, especially when you have pets and kids and a life and 1,000,001 things to take care of. And it's the biggest question people always ask is how to actually maintain a clean house. And my biggest thing is, one, getting rid of stuff. It makes the biggest difference in the world. When you have less stuff to maintain, it's easier to maintain the house. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a minimalist. In no way, shape, or form do I consider myself a minimalist. But I try to keep things that are practical and things that are actually being used. I like my space to be pretty. So for some people, having all these different pillows and blankets on their bed is a no for them. And if that's for you, if you're like, I hate making my bed in the morning, you just need the basics. You don't need all the pretty stuff. Like I said, I enjoy it. It actually makes it easier for me to clean when I enjoy how a space looks. But then I also just try and focus on some deep cleaning projects throughout the week, and I don't have to do it every day. If I have the energy on one day, I will take advantage of it. This door though, it is always getting like the black mildew from it being an outside door on it. I don't know what it is. Luckily, it's fairly easy to clean off, but every couple of months, I just come in here. I just put my multi-purpose cleaner on it and then a melamine sponge to clean it all off, and it works well, but I wish I knew how to prevent it from happening. I do not though, so I just go in here and do this. Actually, the camera makes this look a lot better than it actually does in person. It gets all speckled and gross. I probably could do this more often, but we're being realistic here, and that just doesn't happen. It's one of those things that once it gets to a certain point and I'm just overlooking at it, I go in and give it a good clean. But the other thing I wanted to do, because I have the molding on the wall, plus our walls are very, very textured walls, they like to cling to dust and stuff. So I love going around just with my O-Cedar spin mop and some really hot water and a good cleaner. I actually used some bleach and Tide on this day in it. I know bleach is not the most like eco-friendly or green type of cleaner, but I'll be honest, I'm a type of person, I love cleaning with bleach. I don't use a lot, just a little bit. But for me, especially this time of year where we are constantly getting sick in the house, with 3 kids in school, 2 different schools, there's always something coming in. And going around and knowing things are really disinfected and that smell of bleach is like, okay, it smells clean. It just does something for me. So a little bit of bleach, a little bit of Tide, super hot water, my O-Cedar spin mop, and I just go around. This is going to clean the walls as well as dust them all at the same time.
Yeah, you got me thinking, oh, you got me thinking out loud. You kept me waiting, waiting for the next time around. My heart is beating faster than the beat of a drum. Oh, we're all excited, just waiting for the night to come. I'm getting ready, ready, 'cause we're second tonight. Oh, won't you come a little closer when you got what you need?
Now, if you are struggling today, knowing you need to get stuff done, but just cannot get the motivation to get up and do it, I want to challenge you right now to go and set a 5-minute timer. Just 5 minutes, and I want you to pick the area of your house that is giving you the most anxiety, and will give you the most satisfaction to have it clean. So like for me, that's always going to be my kitchen or my family room. Those are 2 areas we spend a lot of time in. And honestly, my kitchen is usually my go-to because I can have toys and blankets all over the family room, but if my kitchen is clean, just something makes the rest of the house feel so much more put together. But I challenge you, set a 5-minute timer and go do those dishes that are on the counter or wipe down the coffee table, whatever it is, and see if that gets you motivated to get more stuff done. I am definitely the type of person that if I am sitting, it's really hard to get myself up and moving. But once I get up and moving, it's like, okay, a switch has been switched and I'm in the mood to go. So often I just need to rewire my brain and be like, okay, 3, 2, 1, go, and just start. Give myself an out of that like 5-minute timer and see where I'm at after that. It's amazing how often just doing 5 minutes will really motivate me to get so much more done, especially the past couple of days. I don't know what it is, but I have been exhausted. I have not been sleeping well. I've been waking up like at 3 a.m. every single day and then trying to go back to sleep and waking up every 30 minutes to every hour till right before having to take the kids to school and everything. And it has been killing my motivation because all I want to do during the day, especially when Athena's in bed, like all I want to do is sit on the couch, turn on Once Upon a Time on Hulu, and just veg out. Like, that's all I've been wanting to do. So I have been using this 5-minute trick pretty much daily the past couple of days to get me up and moving, because I also know that the house gets out of control really quickly. It does not take long. 1 or 2 days of me not doing anything and my house is going to be trashed, between kids' clothes that end up everywhere, toys, dog fur, dishes. Like, it does not take long for things to get out of hand. So making sure that I'm at least keeping up with the basics. Dishes are done. Honestly, on days I feel like today, I'm not even usually cleaning up toys because I know I'm going to clean them up. And the second Athena wakes up from her nap, she's going to have them all pulled out again. But trying to stay on top of those things make a huge difference. I know if I did just take 2 days to not do anything. Now, mind you, the kids are really helpful. If I need their help, they give it to me. Same with Bobby. But let's say they weren't helpful and everything was on my plate and I took 2 days to do absolutely nothing. I would be so overwhelmed and stressed out by the end of it that it really is important to stay on top of it as I go.
Do you remember when we couldn't get enough of it all? We kept it going for so long, so long. I don't know where I would be if we let it go. 'Cause every time we try to break it down and build again, yeah, every time we try to make up for something lost, you know.
Bailey is so sweet, but man, does he get fed up when I am cleaning and all he wants to do is sleep. He is getting to be such an old man. Now, he's not that old. What is he now? Well, Freya's 5, so he's 6. So he's 6 years old, but if you know anything about giant breed dogs, 6 is old for them. Their lifespan is usually 8 to 10 years. However, my uncle's, not a Saint Bernard, he has an English Mastiff, just passed away at the old age of 14. I was so surprised. I felt so bad for them that she did pass away, but I was also like, that's amazing. For those types of dogs, that is a really, really long life. But it does make me like sad when I think of Bailey because he is getting older and everything. But I do try and keep him on the best dog food. Obviously, he is very active when he is not sleeping. The kids keep him busy with plenty of stuff, but that is one thing about having large breed dogs is I swear, no matter what dog you have, the time you have with them is never enough. But especially with large breed dogs, it just really seems like it is not enough. Also, don't mind, I did switch out the water between doing the walls and doing the floors. I forgot to do the dump after doing the walls, but doing it after the floors was definitely really dirty. I did end up, though, after Athena woke up, heading back into their room. As you can see, she was up for a little while, so the mess is back. This is just real life. Like, I can clean this up and it's going to be a mess again. I was just really trying to figure out how to make this function better for the girls. And one big thing was there are certain toys that Athena doesn't really play with, but she loved throwing around. Magnet tiles. Freya has one of those like little marble tracks that you can build. Now, we keep the marbles out of the reach of Athena, but the actual tracks for building we kept down here. And it was another thing that Athena would just dump it and it would end up everywhere. So my thought was if I could take one of these cubes and put it into the closet and put all the like toys that weren't really for Athena and she was just making a complete disaster of the room with into the closet. That way she couldn't just grab them. And then the toys that were out here, not as big of a deal. 1, they're easier to clean up, and 2, she actually plays with them. So the dolls and the baby toys and things like that. Just trying to make it work out better. If you remember, I had this chest. We got it from Bobby's grandmother. and I had it in the front of our bed for a while. I ended up then moving it actually into the closet that Bjorn is in now. But I figured this might work nice. One, it will hold all of their stuffies. They have so many stuffies. The girls, it's one thing they love. Freya, almost every birthday or holiday, will ask for some sort of stuffy. And I know they're not going to be about these toys forever, so I love being able to get them these little things, but I figured this would be perfect to fill it, but then also have like a little area where they could set up all their stuffies and actually see them and whatnot, so make it just a little bit cleaner and more organized. I am thinking though, usually the kids, I switch from a crib to a big kid's bed at about 18 months to 2 years. It really depends on the kids. I believe Xander and Bjorn were both about 18 months. Freya was closer to 2 years. It usually comes down to at what point are they walking. Most of my kids walk closer to that 18 months. And what age are they climbing? Now, Athena's making me nervous. Girls are already trying to climb, and once they start climbing is when I transition them because I don't want them flipping out of the crib and onto the floor. So, but once we do transition her, as you know, Freya's bed is a trundle bed. So it's the twin on top and then the twin underneath that'll roll out. I'm thinking about doing some sort of mini makeover on this room for them. I just don't want to do it till the crib is out of this room, but it already feels so much better. This has made a big difference on keeping the room clean. Now, mind you, it still gets dirty super easy. That's just life with a 1-year-old, but it is a lot easier and quicker to clean up. Freya and Athena's room is definitely a room that I clean way more often. As you know, my boys, it is their responsibility to clean their rooms. Now, I go in there every week to 2 weeks and do a good mommy cleaning. But when it comes to the regular day-to-day tidying and cleaning up, that is their responsibility. I don't leave that on Freya, though. When she had her own room, she did a really good job. But now that she has a little sister, it feels a little mean to make her do it all by herself. I am now just going through, about once a week, I go through our leftovers. Anything that had not gotten eaten over the week for leftovers goes out to the birds. So that's why I was just putting it in that little to-go container. I gave that to Bobby, and he just set that out to the birds. They are the perfect little garbage disposal, and they love it. Whenever they see us coming out with leftovers, either from the night before or when I do my fridge clean out, it's their favorite time of the week. They absolutely love fridge clean out days.
Clap your hands and you'll feel stronger. Tomorrow you get another chance. Don't blame yourself under the circumstances. Tomorrow you'll get another chance. Take control.
All right, I don't know about you, but I am already getting all over my For You page Christmas decorating videos, which always makes me so excited and gives me so many ideas. I know a lot of the girls that decorate super early get a lot of hate, but I personally love it because I get to watch them and get inspired and excited about the holiday seasons coming up. But I'd love to know, when do you decorate for Christmas? So growing up, we always decorated the day after Thanksgiving. It's how my parents did it. And I always like to decorate sooner than that. And I have kind of figured out that now I pretty much do it at the beginning of November. I'm decorating already. And it takes us a little bit to get it all done between our inside and our outside and everything. But my big reason to love doing it is it takes me a while to decorate. Like, I can't get it all done in one day, and I'm usually tweaking and whatnot. And I just really enjoy making sure that all of December is purely for holiday activities. If it's making cookies or watching Christmas movies, things like that. I also really enjoy doing it. And I know this is a little controversial because I've had a lot of people tell me I don't decorate with my kids. Now, they do help with the outside decorations. But one reason I don't decorate with the kids is I love decorating when they are at school. And then they get to come home and it's like a magical transformation. Honestly, if I had the energy at night to do like an all-night decorating so that they would wake up to Christmas magic, I would probably do that, but there's no way. If you guys know me, you know me. I am not a nighttime person. Once dinner is over, I am out. I want to go in my room. I want to relax. I don't want to do anything. So I like to do it when the kids are at school. So I am already watching these Christmas decorating videos because I know in just a couple of weeks, I am going to be packing up fall and bringing out Christmas. Now, if you are someone that waits till after Thanksgiving, I am curious how long you keep your Christmas stuff up because I am decorating the first week of November, but it comes down pretty much the last week of December to the first week of January. I like it down pretty quickly. I don't leave it up for too long. So if you decorate later, do you leave it up longer or does it still come down like New Year, fresh start like I do? Just curious. I was really excited though because I had gotten my new chairs for the kitchen island. I love Wayfair. I tell you guys all the time, like Wayfair is one of my favorite websites to order furniture from. I have bought in the nightstands in our bedrooms from Wayfair, bunch of stuff. The old furniture at our old house, that sofa and those 2 chairs were from Wayfair. I'm trying to think of everything. I'd have to look at my list, but I have bought a ton of furniture from Wayfair, and I saw these chairs, and the ones we currently have by our island, they're just getting worn. They're almost 4 years old now, about 3.5 years old. So just from wear and tear from the kids. And I saw these and one liked them because they swivel. So I feel like my kids are antsy. They're constantly like tipping on chairs and doing the typical kid stuff that I'm like, okay, the swivel is kind of nice for getting on and off. But also when you have kids that are like antsy and constantly moving, them being able to stim in a way of swerving the chair just seemed like a better thing. But I also liked the way that these legs hit compared to the other ones because I figured they might collect less dog hair as well as allow our robot vacuum to get around them a lot easier. And I was very surprised. These went together very easily. Can't talk. I want to say it took me about 20 minutes to put this chair together, which considering I was working with a 1-year-old while I was doing this, I would say that was pretty good. And the price on these were really affordable. I want to say they were under $300 with taxes and everything. I want to say they were $280 something before for 3 chairs. And to me, that is not too bad. Usually, I expect to spend about $100 a chair. So the idea that I was able to get each chair for less than $100, I was very, very happy with. So I also don't actually mop my floors as often anymore. I used to do this a couple times a week. Now I shoot for once a week. Sometimes it's once every other week because I do use my vacuum mop, which that thing is a game changer. It makes it so much easier. I'm going to be vacuuming all the time. Like even with a robot vacuum, I am still vacuuming on a regular basis. And especially kitchens and like front entries where they're naturally getting dirty so much quicker. It's nice to just have a one-step cleaning where I can go in and vacuum and mop all at the same time. But I do like to get in there every once in a while and do a really good mopping. It makes a huge difference. And then often when I'm mopping, I'll go over the baseboards as well right away and kind of knock out two birds with one stone. Athena at this point had gone down for another nap, so this is probably toy cleanup 550 for the day. She also loves taking out the wipes and diapers and everything from those baskets. But that's why I always say it is so important to organize and set storage for what works for you and your life. It would not work for us to have all the kids' stuff just in their bedrooms. I'd be constantly going back and forth. The cleaning wouldn't happen as often. So having those baskets under the coffee table, they're in a nice basket so it doesn't look messy or crazy. I can just throw the stuff in. It makes the tidying up when it has to happen so much easier. And when it comes to certain tasks like cleaning up toys that I do 1,000,001 times a day, the way to make it the simplest for you is going to be the best option so that you're not getting burnt out by that task. It also makes it a lot easier that as the kids get older, easier to teach them to do it. Now, when Freya's home, Freya's amazing. She will help clean up everything. The boys are too. Difference is Freya's still at an age where she like enjoys helping out, where the boys don't. If I ask them to help, they're just like, oh, I don't want to. I want to play my video games. And they don't get sassy about it, but they just don't have that same like excitement. I am going to be really excited when Athena gets to that point of wanting to help out. She does get shown how to clean. I think it's really important also to start your kids cleaning at a very young age. Like when I clean up the girls' room, Athena's in there with us. Now, she's not really cleaning. Usually she's just getting in the way. But just by having her present, she's going to learn by seeing what we are doing. That is what I have done with all of the kids. Teaching via example, and then as they get older, giving them little tasks that they can do, making it fun so that they can clean along with us. And it makes a big difference. I think it's so important for, one, teaching your kids how to be self-sufficient as they get older, but also as parents and moms, our own mental health, because it is exhausting having to keep up with everything by yourself. So making sure that your kids can help out, even if you're like me and your love language is being able to do these things for your kids, there are some days that I'm just wiped and I need that help. So knowing that the kids can help, and little things like they know how to keep their rooms in order, and if I need them to tidy up their bathroom, they know how to clean up their bathroom. Those are things that help them out, but will also help us as the parents and the adults mentally in the long run.
Went by your house, what a big mistake. But for a while I thought that I wouldn't break. I need something else to clear my head. Someone to tell me how to live instead. Just open your eyes and take my advice. Stop rolling the dice and just compromise. It's the chance of your life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to save. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel like a fake.
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Also, if you guys would hit the share button, that really helps out my channel. If it's hitting the share button and just like copying the link or sharing it to your socials, it's just one way to show the YouTube algorithm that you guys enjoy this video and that hopefully they will push it out to more. I know I wouldn't have this channel without you guys and your support, so I greatly appreciate each and every one of you that support my channel. Also, if you made it to the end, drop me this emoji down below. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.